Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Yeah, just quickly, I did film some of this the other day, but I don't know what I did with it, you know how it is. I've been making these little books. I'll show you one. I was lucky enough to get a pile of fabric samples from an upholsterer's shop, and I've made these little books out of them. So just a couple that I have made already. This is the sort of samples that I have. Just like I say, upholstery fabric, so it's not very scintillating on its own, but it makes nice little book covers. So yeah, I will show you what I'm doing to make those. It's very simple. These are little snippets that I made yonks ago. I also got a little tea bag and a few bits and pieces, a little button and a little bit of calico with a stamp. There's another one, doesn't have the tea bag, just has some different fabrics and a bit of a bunch of cheesecloth there. And these are just little fabric snippets that I had in my drawer. I just picked out one that I liked to go with the cover. So yeah, all sorts of things. Anything that sort of grabs my fancy basically is going to end up on these. And they're just little bits of oddments of lace and ribbon and stuff that were lying in my scrap bin. So right, here's a few that have been sewn, just to give you an idea of where we're going or how we're getting there. Now you've seen where we're going. This is part of the how we're getting there process. Right, I have been taking my cardboard offcuts. These are off of paper pads. I've had these for so many years. I have a box, you know those cube storages systems. I have a box like that full of cardboard, but I've used all the bits that, like, you know, the big pieces that I use to line the inside of journals and stuff. They're all gone. All I've got left is these little offcuts and sides of cereal boxes, and yeah, that's all that's left. So what I've done is I've taken out a heap of those. I literally took out a huge heap, and I covered them with on the blank side with dictionary page, because you know, of course I have more dictionaries than the state library. So it's all coffee dyed and in my filing cabinet. So yeah, I have stuck dictionary on all of those, and I am just cutting them to a size that I want, and trust me, there is no measuring. It's a case of finding two. I mean, we're lucky here, these two pieces go together. It was the same cereal box, different sides, so they're not too bad, and they're not even really that square. They're as square as they sort of turn up. If I don't have two the same, I mean, these ones are all the same thankfully, but if I don't have two the same, I just find ones that are close enough, and then I cut them into as many pieces as I wish and trim them to make sure they're the same size. So no measuring as per usual. You'll never see me measure anything voluntarily. Just let me get a fabric sample. Right, I have these. What I have been doing, I've put my pinking shears in the other room now, so of course I can't finish these off, but that's okay. We can see where they're going. I pulled the labels off as much as I could. These bits sort of don't like to come off, but I'm just ignoring them for now. I figure I'll either cover them up or take them off. This line of glue is not interested in being removed, so I just cut that off because it's not really useful to me. That'll go in my scrap bin anyway. It'll get used for something. And yeah, and this edge obviously I don't use, but I don't need to cut that. I know where that is. So yeah, all I do is grab my little pieces of card, stick them on here, I just put a tiny bit of glue, just enough to sort of hold them I leave enough of a border around them so that I can cut them out with the pinking shears. I just like the little pinking shear edge, it's cute. I am going to sew around these so I don't put glue all over them, just enough to hold them in place really. And I leave a gap like this. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Can you see what I'm doing? You can. Wow, I'm in frame. Wow, stranger things have happened. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. And when I have a gap like this, I'll just go, I don't know, about there. Kind of about there. Pick a word where I want to cut them. And there we go. They're cut. And those two will fit there. So yeah, not exactly rocket science, but what do I do that's anything like rocket science ever? Nothing. Trust me. And I don't care that the print is stuck on wonky or whatever. That's a junk journal. It's kind of interesting. Who cares? If somebody cares, then they can go off and make something perfect. I junk journal because I am not into perfection. I'm not capable of perfection. So, yeah. I'm just going to cut these ones sort of in half-ish. Yeah, I'm definitely not capable of perfection. This is why I don't sew for a living or do woodwork. Oh, I'm so bad at woodwork. You have no idea. It just takes too much patience and too much measuring and too much perfection. I'm more of a bung it together and fill in the gaps sort of girl. Which is why junk journaling is perfect for me. Because there are no rules. There is no perfection. Well, I say that. Some people make just astonishing things and call them junk journals, but that ain't me, sister. Nope, no. So, right, that's about all I'm going to fit on that one, obviously. So we put that aside and just get another one so we can do this last piece. Another little sample. Okay, there's our glue line. Just cut that off so we don't get any of that on our little book. This one's got less of its tag, which is good. I will work on getting the rest of that other one off once the books are made, and if I can't, then I will I don't want them that big. If I can't get it off, I will just cover it up. This is gonna not fit, is it? It is, but no. That's okay. I mean, I could turn it around, but I like the pattern. Not that there's really a pattern, but I like it sitting this way. That's okay. It's not like I don't have enough of these things. The ones that I showed you then are probably the tip of the iceberg, shall we say. Yeah, I have a lot. I think it was only, I think it might have been just about 6 sample packs, but you know, each one of them has like several bits of fabric in it, so it was a lot. I've never actually got my hands on one before, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, so I just took everything they gave me. I'd actually gone in there to get a cushion. The cushion? Yeah, cushion cut. I needed the foam, cushion foam for my dining room chairs. Yeah, so because I recovered my dining room chairs, I went to the Good Sammys and whatnot and picked up 6 odd chairs and refinished them, repainted them, and then bought new cushions and made seat covers for them. So yeah, They look really cool. I like them. I love them actually. I love them to the point when we sort of looked at getting a new dining room table that we found one. We weren't looking for one, but we found one that matched our couch because we have quite a fancy couch. Again, secondhand. Everything's secondhand. But it's, yeah, quite an interesting couch. And we saw a dining room table with chairs the same, and I went, can't do it. Have to keep my old picnic table and my chairs because my dining room table is an old wooden outdoor table. Because I can craft on it without worrying about it. And this one we were looking at was very nice and shiny and beautiful, and yeah, I could not have crafted on it. But it was the chairs. The chairs were beautiful, and I'm like, they're gorgeous and they go with our couch and everything, but I've just finished doing my chairs and I love my chairs, so no. So there you go. That's the story of my dining room. I'm sure you're thrilled. Right, like I say, I have taken my picnic chairs now and put them back in my sewing area, which is very good of me, but not particularly handy at this juncture. So normally I would just cut around these with pinking shears. You can see, just like that. So I cut around them with pinking shears, and then I get myself a little piece of calico and lay in the middle. You can see with these ones I've sort of tucked it around. I actually use paper clip them on, and then I sew around here, and then I sew down either side. Just sews it to the cover, and then they're just cute little journals. They do need a closure on them, something to hold them shut, because they naturally don't want to stay shut. They are made out of quite thick upholstery fabric. So, and then I just put a few little pages in them and sew that down the middle, because that's just the easiest way to do that. And yeah, then we have it. So while I'm here with these ones, I have some little bits of pages that I've been fiddling around with the others. So I will make a few little pages for this one. They're all, because they're all basically made out of pieces of cardboard the size of a side of a cereal box. It seemed like a lot of words. Yeah, they're all pretty much the same width. There is some variation obviously, but yeah, they're all pretty much the same sort of width. That one's obviously been made for something a little wider. Some of them are larger. These are just bits of paper out of my scrapbox next to me. Not these so much. No, they're the same ones. Don't mind me. I'm losing it. What little of it I had to start with. Okay, and then we have it, little pages for our journal, and little notebook really, but then I will just take it to the machine, sew down the middle, and then work out what it is I would like to put on the outside. So I don't have any others finished, do I? No I don't. Alright, I'll run off and sew this one, and then come back and decorate it with you. I'm not sure you really need that, but might as well finish the process, mightn't we? Alright, I will be back. Okay guys, I'm back. And I bought my pinking shears, which was very clever of me. So, yeah, I will show you. I just cut it out like so. Nothing difficult. I just pick how wide I want my little border. There's nothing uniform about these either. I'm probably the world's most awkward cutter, I guess, but I mean, it would be easier if I'd sewed around it first, which I don't do. I cut around them and sew around them later. So they're not really that secure, so it's a bit floppy. But yeah, I just make a little border around it. I also bought one of my others that I haven't sewn quite yet in with me. So there we go, there's our little doohickey. And like with this one, I will take it to the machine like this. I will pop the piece of calico on it and then sort of tuck the ends over if it's long enough. If it's not, then I just hold on to them, but if it's long enough, I tuck the little ends over and put a paper clip there. Then I sew along here. I stop and take my paper clip off, and I sew around, stop and take my paper clip off, go back to here, and then I just sew down both sides of the little calico piece, and that's how we get our little inner spine. You don't have to do that. You could just sew straight to this. There's no reason to do it. It's not like it needs more reinforcing. I just like to do it. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, this is what this one will look like, little brown one. So anyway, I will cut the rest of those later. And for that little one that we just sewed signature in, here's our little signature. As you can see, just sewed straight down the center, simple as that. And I fossicked around in my little scrap bin, little fabric scrap bin, and found this little guy, and I just like him on there. I think he's cute, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna glue him down. Simple as that. He's a bit over the top, but you know, I like it. And that's the other good thing about being in the craft room. It's all about me. All the time. So there we go. There's that. And what have I got floating around that I can tie around his middle so that he's got something going on. I have a little scrap bin over here where everything is tangled together. So of course I try and pull one thing out, 40 other things come with it, and now it's all over my desk. So yeah, there's just a little bit of that paper string. I don't know what it came on. Something, it's not like I've ever bought white paper string. So yeah, it just came on a package of some sort. Thread. And there we go. A little bit of white paper string for something different. Just tie that in a little bow if I can. And there you go. That's a cute little book. A few little pages. Very simple project. And I've used up quite a few of those fabric samples doing this. I say use them up. I've got a pile of these currently sitting in my sewing room. So it's not exactly used up yet. Until they look like this and this and this, I don't really consider that it's been used up. But yeah, it's a work in progress, just like me. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope these were, you know, something a bit different. Well, they're not something a bit different. They're the same thing as always. They're just something I did today. So. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Maybe it was useful. It was good to spend some time with you. this fabric. There's little fluffies everywhere. There's fluffies all over the place. So yeah, anyway, thanks for coming along, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.